Hey guys, this is Zeus. This is going to be the first of many walkthrough tutorials that I shoot for Escape from Tarkov. This one we are going to be highlighting the textiles tasks from Ragman. So in Textiles Part 1, you are required to find 5 aramid fabrics, 10 ripstop fabrics, and 3 paracords in task. So I'm going to be taking you through a great loot train here on Interchange in order to find those spawns and make sure that you can get all of the required bits that you need in order to complete this. Get those new USEC and Bear clothing options unlocked, and let's get into it. From this spawn on this side, we're going to be entering Ollie, and we will immediately head upstairs in order to make the loop through the upstairs clothing stores, and then we will proceed down through the other side, back through all the clothing stairs on the first floor. Now, a lot of times it will be easier if you're just here for collecting fabrics to leave either your Gamma container, your Kappa, your Beta, Epsilon, whatever container you have, leave it open. I've got mine kitted up right now with what I would typically have in there for an interchange run. But if you have that open, you're running with a pistol and a small backpack, then you don't have to worry about dying PvP or to a scav and losing anything that you found. So starting in the front of Ollie, we're going to immediately head upstairs. The loop behind Tech Light. First store that we've got here is Fashion Store. So any of these clothing racks that you see sitting here throughout the map that have folded clothing, hanging clothing, or shelves in here have the potential for spawning these fabrics. So you'll want to bring a flashlight if it's nighttime, if the lights haven't been turned on at the power station. Make sure that you're able to make a good sweep through everything and actually see what you're looking for. You can even spawn on top of these racks here. From Fashion Store, you come over to Urban. From Urban, you cross back over here to Sarah. The fabrics themselves are much larger than any of the other clothing that's folded and laying on the racks, so it's pretty easy to spot them. Now, after you've hit these 3 right here, you're going to proceed back down this way past the arcade to what's called the donut, or the floor drop-through overlook. Hang a left, you'll pass Subway, Underway, as it's known in the rip-off world here, and we're going to be proceeding across over to Jacob and Jacob. So this is a point in the Ultra Mall where there's typically going to be a lot of action. You've got Kiba down here, you've got Mantis down here, you've got German Tech Store, you've got Goshen, and at any one of these locations you can often find yourself in a pretty intense PvP or AI battle. And so you'll want to make sure that you're cautious when you're crossing through these main areas. Once we're across over here, we're going to proceed into Jacob and Jacob. Bust out our flashlight, make sure that we can actually see what we're looking for. Checking on all the racks that are on the floor, all the racks that are on the sides, on the shelves, as well as underneath any of these hanging racks. So we proceed to go through this. We're going to be searching each one of these very briefly, grabbing everything that you need. Of course, the number of which you need these items, once again, is 5 aramid and 10 ripstop for the first part, 5 fleece and 10 cordura for the second part. So after Jacob and Jacob, you're going to proceed to the second donut. This donut here oversees Emercom. So you'll be able to take a left, so Emercom is below you. Head past the furniture store here to the right, and we're going to come to Eastland and Father and Sons. So Eastland has fabric spawns in it as well on top of these racks, as well as next to this bag. These fabrics can also spawn inside the bags. Now, it's a little bit more rare to see them in the bags, but it is a potential. You can also get them off of scavs. So anytime you kill an AI, be sure to check their bags, their rigs, anything like that. Make sure that they don't have any of those fabrics that you're missing out on. Then we proceed into Father and Sons here. We're going to be hitting all of the shelves once again, double checking for any fabrics that could be tucked in the corners or on top of these racks. And then we're going to be heading downstairs. So this escalator right here is right above Idea. We've now traversed the entire length of Ultra upstairs, and we'll be starting our voyage downstairs. Heading down this escalator, taking an immediate right into Trend will be our next stop. Searching all the racks. This is a little bit more of a low frequency spawn. That's okay, there's still potential. Head out into the hallway, we're going to cross into Nortex. There's a lot more of these floor racks in here. Tipped shelving, folded racks as well. Multiple locations that these fabrics can spawn in. From Nortex, we're going to cross over into Mode 7. And then from here, we're going to cross back over into Dino Clothes. Keep it in mind, this is a shopping mall. There's a lot of clothing stores in here, and every single one of these clothing stores has the potential of spawning these fabrics for you. And it's going to be the quickest way that you can actually collect all the fabrics that you need, get the task done, and get those new USEC and Bear outfits. So we'll pass by this furniture store. On the right, we've got Spiel. Check this one. Tops of racks, folded racks as well. This is another lower frequency spawn, but that's okay. There's still a chance. Here we have Viking. Now Viking is one of those stores that it can get really dangerous with. This is one of the locations that Killa can spawn inside of. So once the power's on, everything's hustling and bustling inside the mall, just proceed with caution. Move slowly. Make sure you're checking your corners. Pay attention to your surroundings. Any sounds that you might hear could be beneficial for you to bring a headset with you, though it's not necessary. I oftentimes run a helmet with no ears, like a Vulcan, so that I can actually bounce a shot or two before getting killed by those lucky scav shots. We're going to keep going down the hallway. So we've got the next location here directly across from Telespot. It's going to be the Revise outlet. Once again, more folded racks, more hanging racks, more locations that fabrics can potentially spawn. Or you can avoid the downstairs altogether, just hit that loop upstairs, likely interact with less other players and fewer AI, have a chance of getting out. Cross over to Top Brand. Quickly scan all the racks. And then cross over one more time here. And we've completed our full loop. So we've got this last store here in the corner that has some potential spawns in it that will complete that full cycle from where we originally went up the escalators. There's a bag in the corner of this store as well that can spawn them. Realistically, guys, anytime you see one of those duffel bags sitting around, it can have useful stuff in it, whether it be meds, the fabrics you need, new streamer items like kek tape that you need for the second textiles task. It's all stuff that you can get done pretty quickly and pretty easily. Now our extract here is Emercom. We are about 10 minutes into this raid, and I've already made a full loop of all of the clothing stores throughout Ultra, gathered up a handful of fabrics needed for these tasks. We're going to make our way to the exfil, actually save out, be able to ensure that you're going to get out with the stuff that you need. Once again, proceed with caution. Just make sure that you're checking your corners. Make sure that you're listening for any sounds, people tiptoeing around corners, walking on broken glass or rubble. If you play this smart, you should be able to complete these loops in about 10 to 15 minutes apiece, pretty comfortably, with avoiding most combat situations. Well, this is one of those locations that you can often run into exfil campers. Sometimes I'll run down the other ramp and jump over the fence, and then take the back way through the parking lot. But since we're in an offline raid here, we're just getting it done quick, just running straight to the objectives. I hope that this video was helpful for you. I'll be doing more tutorials like this in the future, as I mentioned. If you liked the video, drop me a thumbs up, throw a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see. I've got loot, runs, and maps that I use for pretty much every single map, and so I'm always open to suggestions and look forward to hearing some feedback from you guys. But we're at the extract with a bag full of fabrics that we'll need for our tasks, and we'll see you next time.